you know, when I came in the game, it was a thing to put young in front of your name.
Like little?
Young. Yeah, I'm still young though. I'm still, you know what I'm saying?
Black don't crack. Black don't crack.
Yeah.
What's going on? Jason Carter here, joined by multi-platinum, Grammy-winning entrepreneur and philanthropist, rapper Jeezy. Welcome.
What's good? What's good, man?
Live. Good. So glad to have you here.
Yeah.
In 2005, you gave us Thug Motivation 101, right?
Yeah.
Now we're getting TM 104, The Legend of the Snowman, and you're telling the fans, this is it.
Right.
Final album, retiring.
Well,
Why?
well, I'm telling them this is the end of the Thug Motivation series.
Okay.
So everybody should be graduated by now. So when I first started, Thug Motivation 101 was my first release. It was stole over 2 million records. The class was Let's Get It. And then Thug Motivation 102 was the inspiration because I began to inspire people. And then 103 was Hustler's Ambition because I was still ambitious and, you know, spreading that word. And The Legend of the Snowman, which is 104, is basically all that wrapped up in one. So if those were movies, 101 was a movie, 102 was the sequel, 103 was the trilogy, Legend of the Snowman would be the documentary, taking it back to the essence of who this guy is and where he came from, and what his humble beginnings were.
So you mentioned the essence. Describe what the Legend of the Snowman is going to entail. What are we going to get?
Right.
Because this is a story you're telling us, right? This is the culmination of that story.
Right.
How are we tying this up in the bow with the Legend of the Snowman?
You know, I always knew I wanted to be something that was going to be able to give back to my culture, my people, and I just began my mission then. You know what I mean? When I jumped off the porch, and even when I was in elementary school, you know, pre-K, I was already thinking ahead of the other kids, and I just had to go out and figure my way out in the world, and that wasn't the easiest thing, so I learned a lot of things fast, so I was always able to spread knowledge. And when you look at 104, wrapping up in the essence, these are the things I learned, you know what I'm saying, from a child to an adult, and I wrapped them all in one with a bow, and it's like, here's a gift to you. It's almost like a self-help audio book, if you will.
Okay.
You know, and every song is a chapter, so if you need something about fake friends, you got fake love.
Love that.
If you need something about knowing who the star players in your life are, you got the real MVP featuring John Legend. If you need to know what you know what it is like to have integrity, you go to Already Rich featuring CeeLo Green. So it's just those different things. If you want to be out here and you want to be self-made, you listen to The Entrepreneur, which is featuring Gary Vee. So all these different things is like, I understand what a coach is as far as like sonically, but I look at myself like the Frank Sinatra of what I do. The Sade of what I do.
The Sade, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I stick to what I do.
Love that.
I'm the best at what I do.
I would agree. You mentioned collabs there. John Legend, Johnny V, CeeLo, we have Queen Naja, Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, yeah, crazy.
In the studio with such powerhouses in music, what are they like? What's the differences between all? Because that's a lot of strong personalities and a lot of strong creative coming to this album.
I mean, it was just different vibes. Like CeeLo came through the crib in Miami, and we just sat out by the pool, we just reminisced, and he went up and knocked the song out. And it was more like, you know, reconnecting with my brother. Meek Mill came by the studio in Atlanta, and, you know, we had a little party scene going on. The studio was downstairs, so after everybody got a vibe, he went down and done the verse. John Legend, I actually sent it to him, but, you know, we always talked in passing. But we talked about the record and what it meant to me, and it was about my mother, and actually a letter I wanted to write to my mother because she was, you know, sick. And, you know, even when he returned it, you know, I had to call him like, yo, man, this is amazing. So it's just different, you know, aspects of when you're dealing with music, because it's art. So you're reaching out to somebody to enhance your art because they respect what it is you bring to the table. Like, I respect what Meek brings, you know, with him, you know, just taking his stance on prison reform right now. I respect what John Legend brings to the culture. He's that guy was when you want to go for the top and you thinking Grammys and you just want that voice. I respect CeeLo Green because he's, you know, this guy was in, you know, the Goody Mob, and he's still going. You know what I'm saying? And Queen Naja, love what she does. It's amazing. So for to have her on a record like Fake Love, I just think at this point in time, like, the culture needs this. You know, more than they know.
Right.
Yeah.
You seem like you're someone that has a huge propensity for love. We have a new album, new relationship, you, Jeannie Mai.
Oh, yeah.
With loving that.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is great.
We love Jeannie here. How did this sizzling, you guys are great together. How did this come about? Who flirted first?
Life is good. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. I have to ask, is there something about Jeannie that surprised you once you got to know her?
Life is good.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this guy.
We like you too. All right, man. Well, look, you guys are looking sharp together on the red carpet for the Snowball in support of your Street Dreams charity.
For
so
sure,
congratulations on the new relationship with you and Jeannie.
For sure.
You talked about the legend of the Snowman. Circling to the music scene in Atlanta, you were given the highest award by the city, by the mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, last week. Why was receiving that award in Atlanta so important to you? And talk about the music scene in Atlanta.
It was that was my second Phoenix Award. I received my first on my birthday, a close birthdays about 2 years ago from my former mayor, Kasim Reed, but our new mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, presented me that award for the work that I've done around with the inner city youths. And, to me, to have the people that I care most about see the work that I put in outside of the vocal booth, outside of all the business ventures that I have, it was a surreal moment because, you do these things, you don't think to get awarded for them. But when people see, what you do behind closed doors and they applaud you on that, it's definitely a good feeling because, you're raising money to help kids out. And, it's always a bigger cause. And now you're putting more eyes and ears on the situation. And people want to come in and they want to help. And that's what I love. I'm here to serve. You know what I'm saying?
You're one of the pioneers of trap music. Do you feel it's the most popular sound of hip-hop right now?
I feel that I've seen music go from crunk to snap to this new thing that they call trap. I think sonically it's something that the world hasn't heard because it's so raw. Mm-hmm. And
raw.
It's based off of 808, a hi-hat and a snare. And these are things that you haven't heard, in decades. But what I do believe is everything comes back around. So for now, it's street music, but it's mainstream.
Right.
And that's what really basically happened. It was something that we had as a culture that
it's like bounce in New Orleans. That becomes
and it becomes a big thing. So it's good to see. My only concern sometimes is, I just know when things become mainstream, they burn out. So, I'm kind of like hoping that never happens because it's our sacred thing. It's almost like our tribe music, you know what I'm saying? It's like we know this tune, we know this sound, we know how to bounce to it. So when you see it and it's so mainstream, you go, wow, like, you just don't want to ever lose that purity to it, you know what I'm saying, that realness.
I think that realness is what is the magic behind it. People want that. But you said burning out and things becoming commercial. You are so successful, multi-platinum artist, Grammy nominated, a force in music. Do you yourself feel sometimes that you have to, or feel a pressure to move with the trends in music to stay relevant?
No, I think you got to go. I mean, I love to see, the up and coming cats do their thing. I actually respect it because everybody has their time. But here again, with myself, I never did this to fit in. You know what I'm saying? I did this because I knew how impactful my voice would be or my vision because I knew where I came from and I still never forgot that. And that's where that Sade comparison comes.
Which I love.
I would feel crazy if I heard Sade try to sound like Katy Perry.
Right.
I would lose it. You know what I'm saying? She tried to sound like, Ariana Grande or something. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, you Sade. And that's where that Frank Sinatra thing comes in. It's just like, he was great at what he done. And one thing I credit, I have a great catalog. You know what I'm saying? When people are up and coming, they got to get to that point. I got 10 years of great catalog with some of the biggest artists, from Rihanna to Jay-Z to Mariah Carey to Kanye West, like you name it. So it's like, it's not for plaques anymore. I do it because I love it, but I have so much business ventures going on and tech stuff and like stuff, because music is my talent, but business is my passion. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I can go to college to, learn how to do business, but then I can get out in college and do whatever it is that I want to do. So I came up through the music ranks and I love it, always love it, it's my art. But it's like, as a man, you have to evolve and get into other things to keep your mind stimulated. And there's other things that stimulate me in other ways, but I know how to make a record, I can do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you never want to get caught up in the facade of trying to fit in, because that's why they like you in the first place. So what you do is you go blaze other trails. So when they get there, they go, Jay-Z did that, Jeezy did that. You know what I mean? You want that, because it's like, I love what Jay-Z does musically. I've always been a fan. But his business,
unstoppable.
right? You know what I mean? I love Lionel Richie as an artist, but his business,
right?
I love Magic Johnson as a ball player, but his business,
yeah,
I expect that from him. You know, I expect his you know, him to bring some championship rings on. But his business, I'm going, wow, how'd you figure that part out? So for me, myself, I love the fact that you can grow, evolve, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
Kim know you's young Jeezy, you dropped young, now you're just Jeezy. What's going on? Why?
I just felt like, you know, when I came in the game, you know, it was a thing to put young in front of your name.
Like little?
Young. Yeah, I'm still young though. I'm still, you know what I'm saying?
Black don't crack.
Right,
Black don't crack.
Yeah. But I just wanted to establish the fact that I knew I was going to be here for a while, and you know, I was bold enough to drop the young and take the Jeezy and put all, you know, my ventures and, you know, just, you know, expand my portfolio around Jeezy, because young Jeezy was the artist. Jeezy is the man, so I could put anything I want around that and stand on my brand because I put in my work. You know, I had to get my hands dirty as far as getting and writing my own records. You know what I'm saying? And you know, doing tours and standing up with the best of them. And now I get the chance to you know, elevate my game. Yeah.
TM 104, The Legend of the Snowman. If you could sum up the album in one word, just one word to drive it home for the fans that love you, what would that word be?
Motivation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeezy, the man today, who is he?
He's evolved. He has a lot of clarity. He's still ambitious, and he has a purpose. You know, when I came in the game, I was trying to escape a lot of things, but now I really have a purpose. Yeah.
And he's in love?
I like this guy. Life is amazing. She's amazing too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you know.
We're happy to see you, man. Congratulations on the new album, Slammin'. Thank you for coming by ET Live.
Already.
Guys, pick up the album TM 104, The Legend of the Snowman. This is Jeezy, and you guys are watching ET Live.